So let's take a moment to sit on our mat if we're comfortable in a cross-legged position, or it might be in a kneeling position, or perhaps it's actually sitting on a chair. We're just taking a mindful moment to arrive in this space. So either closing the eyes or taking the gaze to a fixed point. And taking a moment to allow the body to settle down onto the surface beneath you. Watching the breath. And watching the breath rising and falling in the body. Breath rising and falling in the body. Watching that expansion and then the release. And beginning to allow the breath to deepen. So exhale fully as you draw back the belly. And then inhale completely as the belly expands. Exhaling as the navel draws back toward the spine. And inhale completely as the belly expands. And once more exhaling. Inhaling and allowing the breath to return to its usual pace. Awareness to the mind and watching the thoughts of the mind. So using the analogy of walking along a busy high street, and you can hear people in the distance. As you walk along the high street, you become closer and closer to the noise. And it's lots of people sitting outside a cafe, and you can hear their voices becoming louder and louder. And when we tune our awareness to the mind, sometimes this can happen. But allowing those thoughts to be there, just like those people chatting in the cafe. You begin to pass the cafe. And the voices in the distance becomes quieter and quieter. So even though the voices are still there, they're in the background. And your awareness is on the breath. Breath flowing in and breath flowing out. Breath flowing in and breath flowing out. And if you had the eyes closed, gently opening the eyes and slowly and steadily coming up to a standing position. So with your feet hip distance apart, lift the shoulders and roll them back and down. Inhaling as you lift your shoulders and exhale as you roll them back and down. And then bring the hands and the elbows together, making fists with the hands, and then dropping the chin in toward the chest. As the elbows come in toward the chest, you're rounding through the back slightly, and then opening up the arms as though you're doing a big yawn, and perhaps lifting the gaze up slightly. So you're rounding through the back, the chin is coming toward the chest, the elbows are coming in, and then you're opening up. So you're inhaling as you come forward, and exhaling as you open. Don't worry if you're doing it the other way round, it doesn't matter. And now we're going to invite a little twist in the back. So we're bending the elbows, chin in toward the chest. And then as we open into our yawn, twisting to one side if that feels okay on the back. And then coming back to center, chin in toward the chest. And then opening up to the other side. So it might feel a little bit more easier to do with the feet a little wider. The chin is coming in toward the chest, elbows in. And then opening up. So this is helping mobilize through the upper back. Make a movement to the neck, to the shoulders, chin in toward the chest, And then opening up as you twist. If you prefer, just stay facing forward. And twist. And last one. And twist. Back to center. Reach your arms up into a star shape. Spread your fingers wide and rotating out through the wrist in one direction and the other. And then releasing the arms down. Making star shapes with your hands. Claws, beaks. Stars, claws, beaks. Stars, claws, beaks, and stars, claws, and beaks. Keep those elbows tucked in and the hands up toward the shoulder. And then we're just going to kind of make a little duck shape with our hands. We're just going to do that quite quickly. So this helps to work the muscles of the arm, helps to strengthen them. Breathing in and breathing out. So anyone who's done Pilates with me, we do the toe heel. This is a little bit similar with the hands. And releasing, giving a little shake out. Bring the palms together and then taking the hands to one side and the other. So your little fish swimming along one side to the other. And then perhaps moving that around. It's coming around the sides of the body. So now more involving the upper body as well. And back to center. Interlace your hands and reach your palms away. Breathing. Stay there, or perhaps reach your arms up to the sky. If your shoulder aching, bend the elbows. If you've got uncontrolled high blood pressure or any heart issues, take a moment to rest the hands down and then rise the arms back up so they're not over the head too long. And then reaching to the side. If this is too much for you, you could take your hands to your shoulders. So what if you've got any blood pressure issues, or to the side. Otherwise, stay as you are, reach your arms overhead, reaching to the side. This helps stretch out through the side of the body. Inhaling center and exhaling as you reach. Inhaling center and exhale as you reach. So the feet are a little bit wider than hip distance apart to help with the balance. And gently coming back to center. Interlace your hands behind you. Inhaling as you reach the arms away, opening up through the chest. Then exhale, releasing down. Bending the elbows, reaching the arms away. And a release. Turn your palms facing me and then out to the side so your thumbs are drawn back. Then from this position, allow the chin to drop down toward the chest and then the ear toward the shoulder. If that's too much, lose the arms. That'll be less of a stretch. If you want more of a stretch, draw the hands back slightly. Chin in toward the chest and then ear toward the shoulder. So we're rolling from side to side, perhaps pausing for a few breaths. Any areas which feel tight. If it feels quite tight, perhaps just stay moving with the hands. Stretching out the neck. Often get tight from feeling a little stressed or looking down too much at a paper, computer, phone. And then chin back to center. And rising the head back up. Let's change the direction of the hands. So now the palms face you and then reach away. So the palms are now facing in the other direction. So they were facing one way and then they're twisting through. And then the same with the neck. So the chin comes in, rolling to the side, and then back chin toward the chest, across to the other. So this one you'll probably feel a little deeper perhaps. Really gets into that muscle at the front of the neck. Chin in toward the chest and up. Stretching out the neck. If it's too much, just lose the arms And perhaps each time just lift the chin slightly. And then chin back toward the chest. Release the arms. Taking the hands to the waist. And rotating out through the hips. And then back the other way. I'm just going to move my husband's iPad, which keeps dinging. Wonderful. And then back to centre, bringing the feet hip distance if they were further apart or closer together. And then taking the left hand out to the side, palm facing up. Crossing over the body, reach the arm out. So this is like holding our coin here. And then crossing back over the body this time, but reaching forward. So you're like, welcome to my show. Then bend your elbow, try to keep your palm facing up. Coming around the top of the head. And then reaching the arm back out. Twist the hand behind you. And then reaching the arm across the body. So arm comes out to the side. Across the top of the head, forming that little circle. Reaching out to the side, maybe you lean over to allow that to happen. Little circle around the back, so come towards your waist. And then reaching across. So right out to the side. Around the top of the head, form that little halo, reaching back out to the left, little circle behind you, and then across the body. Keep the arms straight if you can for this bit, reaching across, bend the elbow across the top of the head, keep your palm facing up, reaching out behind you, and then across, and releasing, switching arms. So what arm is this? Right arm, I got two arms. My husband is at the window, keeps popping his head out, doing a really silly face. Okay, trying to concentrate here. Cross over the body. Sorry, reach over the body. Then reach long. Little halo across the top of the head. Reach behind you. Form that little circle. And then coming back across the body. Reaching to the right. Circle over the top of the head, halo. Keep that palm facing up as much as you can. Reach the arm behind you, little circle. And then back across to the left. Don't worry if you're doing it wrong. We're just mobilising for our shoulder, really. So we're crossing over, little circle over the top of the head, halo. Reach behind you, little circle again. And across. Watch your other hand. I noticed actually my other hand was really tight, so make sure that's nice and relaxed as well. So arm coming across to the right, halo over the top of the head, reaching out behind you and to the side, and then across. Let's take this once more, reaching across, little halo behind, and reach. Here comes the challenge, both together. Cross the arms over the body. Welcome to my show. Opening the arms wide. Bend the elbows, both hands over the top of the head. Reach the arms behind you, little circle. And then crossing over in front. So we're opening our show. Giving ourselves a little halo. Well done for coming today. A little circle behind. And then cross. Let's try that twice more. Open the arms, circle over the top of the head, reach the arms behind, and then across, palms facing up. And once more, opening our show, little halo, circle the arms behind, then reaching forward and releasing. Let's shake out our wrists, shake out our arms, shake out our shoulders. Perhaps we need to do one at a time, perhaps both together. And then maybe shaking one leg. Really good for getting out stress and tension. And the other, shaking, releasing. Perhaps arms and one leg together. Perhaps if you haven't got any back issues, you could just little jumps through the body. If you've got any back issues, it can be a bit of a trigger because you've got that sort of tension there. So if you have, you can do one leg and then the other. Let's shake a bit faster, just really kind of letting go. Maybe the face even goes. Shaking, shaking. Good, and releasing. Let's just take a moment to pause and see how we feel after that release. Perhaps we can feel the heart beating a little faster. Perhaps it made us smile. We feel a little bit more energetic. Maybe not. Just observing. Maybe we can feel a little tingling in our hands. Good, then taking the legs a little wider than hip distance apart and taking the hands behind you as you twist, one hand behind, one hand in front. So you're twisting from one side to the other. You're allowing the arms to move so they kind of come out. There's no like rigid movements, they're flowing. If you want to make it less because your back's hurting, you keep facing forward and just make it more back the arms. If the back feels okay, you can twist, and as you twist, you bend into the leg which you're twisting into, so twisting to the right and then lifting the heel of the back foot. So the weight goes into one leg and then out of the other. As you're twisting round. You can keep the hands low, or you can bring the hands up to shoulder height for a deeper stretch. Deeper stretch through the shoulders. See what works for you today. If you've got any back issues, really think about drawing that stomach in and making the movements less. Wonderful. And coming back to centre, bringing the feet hip distance apart, hold on to something if you need to, balance, weight into the right foot, left foot onto the heel, lift the foot, rotating out through the ankle, one direction and the other, and releasing. And then the other, rotating in one direction. And the other. And releasing. So if you've got a loop band, you can use that. I'm not going to use mine, but if you want to, you can take the loop band around your ankles. Or if you've got the much thicker band, really strong one, you can take them around your thighs, because if you've got the thicker band you won't be able to move your leg much. Okay, hands to the waist or to the wall, taking the weight into one foot, the other foot onto the tip of the toe, and then releasing. So tip of the toe, releasing. If that feels okay, you can lift higher, releasing. We're trying to keep our body as upright as we can rather than leaning over to the side, so we're making this about strengthening through the glute muscles, the buttocks. So it's either tip of the toe or we're lifting and lowering. The breath is flowing. Don't worry where you breathe in and breathe out, but if you do want more of the Pilates way, you exhale as you lift the leg, inhale as you lower. Exhale as you lift, inhale as you lower. But don't worry about it too much, because it's best just to allow the breath to be there, because sometimes if it's the other way to what you think, then you can just kind of stop breathing altogether, which we don't want. And last one. Okay, so now behind. So if this is a trigger for anyone's back, just come in front instead with the foot. So extend the leg behind, tip of the toe, release. Leg behind, tip of the toe, release. Or tip of the toe, lift and release. Now, if that pulls in the back as you lift, because you're keeping your crown of the head roughly in alignment with your hips, you can make it easier on the back by leaning forward slightly. So leg comes behind, perhaps lifts and lower. Your shoulders are down and away from the ears. lifting and lowering, lifting and lowering. And last one. Good. Then in front, flex a foot as you lift the leg forward, so engaging through the front of the leg muscles, the quads, and releasing. Now remember, if you want to make it easy, you could just leave the foot on the floor. Otherwise we're lifting and lowering. Exhaling as we lift, inhaling as we lower. Exhale as you lift, inhale as you lower. If you find when your hands are on your waist, you have that tendency to lift your shoulders, just release the hands down instead, or maybe interlace the hands behind, and you can perhaps do a chest opener as well. So reach the arms behind as you lift the leg. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. And last one. Then into knee lifts, flex a foot, lift the knee, and lower. Lift the knee and lower. So all of these we're mobilizing as well through our hip joints, strengthening the whole of the leg really, because we're coming in all different positions. Flexing and lowering. Lift and lower. Last one. Lift and lower. Now combining them together. So to the side, side, behind, behind, forward, leg straight, forward, leg straight, knee lift, knee lift. If you've got the band around your ankles, you might struggle with a knee lift, so you can bring the strap up and keep it above your knees. So leg to the side, side, behind, behind, straight forward, straight leg forward, knee bend, knee bend. Last one. Side, side, behind, behind, forward, forward, knee lift, knee lift, and knee lift. Good. Use your strap or something if you need to for this one. You could use a towel or a tie or a scarf and take it around your foot. You don't need this, it's just if you can't reach. So we're looking to take our foot to our hand. Some people struggle with this, so you can either use a strap or a sock, take hold of your trouser leg, or you could just have the foot there without drawing it up completely. What we're aiming to do is stretch through the front of the leg. So draw the leg back until you feel a stretch. You might be feeling a stretch just by bending the knee. If you can reach the foot, push the foot into the hand to create a deeper stretch and gently guide the hip forward. Breathing in and breathing out. There should be no pain in your knee. If there is, just release the foot. And releasing, give a little shake out. Switching sides. Ooh, nice and long through the body. Draw the leg back perhaps to increase the stretch. Hold on to something if you need to. Lift and lengthen. Breathe. If you want to deepen it, squeeze the buttock slightly, guide the hip forward, and then push the foot into the hand. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in. I'm all over the place. And breathing out. Good. And releasing. Bringing the feet together or hip distance apart. Taking the fingertips touching with the palms facing down. Keep your hips facing forward if you can for this one, so there won't be too much movement perhaps. Twist into the right, keep the back arm bent and reach the front arm forward. Gaze to the back elbow or beyond. And then inhaling as you come back to centre, fingertips touch. Exhaling as you twist the other way. Inhaling as you come back to center. Exhaling as you twist. Inhale as you come back to center. Exhaling as you twist. Inhaling, center. So the back arm stays bent, the front arm comes forward. And last one, twisting, back to center, and release, shake out through the shoulders. If you've got a strap, taking it in your hands or around your wrists. Otherwise you don't need one, you can do the same without. Elbows are tucked in. So we can keep the feet as they are. If we want a little challenge with our balance, we can take one foot directly in front of the other. Or you can bring the foot slightly out. So it's either like onto a tightrope or more like on a train track, but one foot is in front of the other. Okay, so angel wings, elbows tucked in. Inhale to prepare, exhale as you open the arms. Inhaling as you come back. Exhale as you open. Inhale as you come back. So palms facing up if you can. Exhale, open. Inhale, close. Trying to keep that 90-degree angle. And most importantly, those elbows stay tucked into the body. And then we're going to pulsate. So opening the hands, small in and out. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. And releasing, rolling out through your shoulders. Extend the arms up to shoulder height. So it won't be much movement if you've got the strap. Exhale as you open the arms. Inhale as you draw the arms back. So if you don't have the strap, you can come a lot wider, opening and closing. Exhale as you open. Inhale as you draw back. So if you've got your palms facing up, now turn your palms facing one another. And if you had your palms facing one another, now turn your palms facing up. It's the same movement. Exhale, open. Inhale, close. If it's affecting the shoulders at all, lose the strap or lower down. Exhale, open. Inhale, close. Last one. Exhale, open. Inhale, close and release. Rolling out through your shoulders back into our angel wings. This time palms facing one another rather than palms facing up. Elbows tucked in. Exhale as you open. Inhale as you draw back. Oh, let's change feet. So left foot now in front. Exhale as you open. And inhale as you release. Exhale as you open. Inhale, release. Exhale, open. Inhale, release. Then we're going to pulsate. So open and then small in for 8. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And hold with your arms apart. And releasing, rolling out through your shoulders. Taking the arms behind you. Reach the arms away. And so if you've got the band, you're going to reach your arms away, release, reach your arms away, release. If you don't have the band, you're going to reach your arms away further and then fingertips touch, maybe, if you can reach. The arms come apart and then touch. If you've got the band, you don't touch your hands. So let's begin. Exhale, open. Inhale, close. Don't worry if you're breathing the other way. Exhale, open. Inhale, close. You're trying to keep your arms behind you at all times. So what we're doing, we're working the muscles at the back of the body, the rhomboids here, the trapezius muscle, trying to strengthen all that to keep us more in an upright position, counteracting rounded shoulders. Tap and apart.